This is not about shame, it's about getting your life back. I want you to know something before we go any further. What you're experiencing is common, it's real, and in many cases, it's fixable. What you're experiencing is common, it's real, and in many cases, it's fixable. Today, you're going to learn 4 things. First, why low energy and performance are often nutritional, not just age. Second, the 5 vitamins I check first in men over 60. Third, what you can safely try this week. And fourth, when supplements are not enough and what to do instead. This is information you can use. No gimmicks, no false promises, just clear guidance from someone who's been doing this work for years. Let me give you the foundation in plain English. As you age, your body changes how it absorbs nutrients. Your stomach produces less acid, your intestines work a little slower, certain medications can block absorption. And here's what matters. Blood flow, hormones, and nerves all depend on vitamins and minerals. When even one of these is low, energy drops. Performance suffers. You feel it in your body, and you feel it in your confidence. This isn't weakness, it's biology. And once you understand it, you can do something about it. Let's start with the first one, vitamin D. I call this the energy regulator. Now you might be thinking, I get sunlight, I'm fine. But here's what I see in my clinic all the time. Men over 60 who live in sunny places and still have low vitamin D levels. Why? Because aging skin doesn't produce vitamin D as efficiently as it used to. And if you're using sunscreen, taking certain medications, or spending most of your day indoors, you're at even greater risk. Vitamin D does more than support your bones. It supports testosterone production. It helps your muscles stay strong. It plays a role in how energized you feel throughout the day. When vitamin D is low, men tell me they feel tired, especially in the afternoon. They notice less drive, less motivation, and sometimes less interest in things they used to enjoy. Let me tell you about James. James was 67. He came to see me because he couldn't make it through the day without feeling exhausted by 2 or 3 in the afternoon. He wasn't sleeping poorly. He wasn't depressed, but something was off. We ran a simple blood test. His vitamin D level was low, really low. We corrected it slowly with a daily supplement. Within 3 weeks, he told me he felt like a fog had lifted. He had energy again. He felt like himself. Now, I'm not saying vitamin D is a miracle cure, but when it's low, it matters. Most men over 60 benefit from 1,000 to 2,000 international units daily. Some need more. You'll want to check with your doctor and get your levels tested before you start taking high doses. And here's the thing, it takes time. Vitamin D builds up slowly in your system. You won't feel different overnight, but over weeks, many men notice a real change. The second vitamin I check is B12. I call this the nerve vitamin, and it's one of the most commonly missed deficiencies in older men. Here's why. Vitamin B12 is absorbed in your stomach with the help of a protein called intrinsic factor. As you age, your stomach makes less of this protein. Certain medications, especially those for acid reflux or diabetes, can block absorption even further. So even if you're eating meat, fish, and eggs, you might not be absorbing enough B12. And when B12 is low, the effects are slow and subtle at first. You might feel tired, a little foggy, your stamina drops. You might notice tingling or numbness in your hands or feet. That's the nerve damage starting. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert was 71. He came in because his wife noticed he was forgetting small things. He also told me his feet felt numb at night, and he just didn't have the energy he used to. We tested his B12. It was borderline low. We started him on a B12 supplement, sublingual, so it absorbs under the tongue and bypasses the stomach. Within 4 weeks, he told me he felt sharper. The numbness improved. He had more energy in the evenings. Now, Robert's case wasn't extreme, but it shows you how even a mild deficiency can affect your whole system. For men over 60, I often recommend 500 to 1,000 micrograms of B12 daily. Some men need injections if their absorption is very poor, but most do fine with a daily sublingual tablet. And just like vitamin D, this isn't instant, but it's worth the patience. The third one is magnesium. I call this the blood flow helper, and it's one of the most underrated nutrients when it comes to performance and recovery. Here's what magnesium does. It helps your blood vessels relax. It supports healthy circulation. It calms your nervous system, which means it helps you sleep better and recover from stress. And here's the problem. Stress drains magnesium fast. If you're dealing with work pressure, family responsibilities, or even just the normal stress of aging, your body burns through magnesium quickly. Low magnesium shows up as poor sleep, muscle cramps, anxiety, and yes, reduced performance. When your blood vessels can't relax properly, blood flow suffers, and blood flow is everything when it comes to energy and function. Let me tell you about Alan. Alan was 64. He came to me because he wasn't sleeping well. He'd wake up multiple times a night. He also told me, quietly, that his performance wasn't what it used to be. We talked through his diet. He wasn't eating many magnesium-rich foods. He was under a lot of stress at work. I suggested he try magnesium glycinate, 300 milligrams every night before bed. That's a form that's gentle on the stomach and absorbs well. 2 weeks later, he told me he was sleeping through the night. A month later, he said he felt more like himself again, calmer, more energized, and more responsive. Magnesium isn't flashy, but it works. And the best part? It's safe for most men. Just start with a lower dose if you're new to it, because too much magnesium too fast can cause loose stools. The fourth nutrient is zinc. I call this the performance mineral, and I see men overlook it all the time. Zinc is essential for testosterone production. It supports immune function. It plays a role in cell repair and energy metabolism. And here's the tricky part. Even a small deficiency can have a big impact. Low zinc shows up as low motivation, reduced appetite, slower wound healing, and yes, lower performance. The problem is that zinc levels drop with age. And if you're taking certain medications, dealing with digestive issues, or not eating enough zinc-rich foods, you're at risk. Let me tell you about Michael. Michael was 69. He told me he'd lost his appetite. He wasn't interested in food the way he used to be, and he felt weaker, like he just didn't have the drive anymore. We ran a zinc test. It was low. We corrected it with a daily supplement, 15 milligrams of zinc picolinate, which is a well-absorbed form. Within a few weeks, his appetite came back. He told me he felt stronger in the gym, and he said, in his own words, "I feel like myself again." Now, zinc is powerful, but you don't want to overdo it. Too much zinc can interfere with copper absorption and cause other issues. For most men over 60, 15 to 30 milligrams daily is a safe range. And if you're already taking a multivitamin, check the label. You might already be getting some. The fifth and final one is vitamin C. Most people think of vitamin C as something you take when you have a cold, but it does so much more than that. Vitamin C supports the health of your blood vessels. It helps your body produce collagen, which keeps those vessels strong and flexible. And it works alongside the other nutrients we've talked about. It doesn't work alone. When vitamin C is low, your circulation suffers, your energy drops, your recovery slows down. Let me tell you about Henry. Henry was 73. He told me he felt like he ran out of steam halfway through the day. He'd been active his whole life, but lately, even a short walk left him feeling drained. We talked through his diet. He wasn't eating much fruit or vegetables. His vitamin C intake was low. I suggested he start with 500 milligrams of vitamin C daily, just a simple supplement with breakfast. He also started eating an orange or some berries every day. Within 2 weeks, he told me he had more endurance. He could walk further without feeling wiped out. Small change, but it made a difference. Vitamin C is safe, inexpensive, and easy to find. For most men, 500 to 1000 milligrams daily is plenty. Alright, let's make this practical. Tonight, I want you to do something simple. Check your supplement labels. If you're already taking a multivitamin, look at what's in it. You might already be getting some of these nutrients. If you're not taking anything, don't rush out and buy everything at once. Start with 1 or 2, maybe vitamin D and magnesium. Give it 2 weeks, see how you feel. And here's the key: start low, go slow. Don't double up on doses. Don't assume more is better. Your body needs time to adjust. And before you start any new supplement, talk to your doctor. Especially if you're on medications for your heart, blood pressure, or blood sugar. Some supplements can interact. This is not about fixing everything overnight. It's about giving your body the support it's been missing. Be patient, be consistent, and pay attention to how you feel. Now, I need to be very clear about something. Supplements can help, but they are not a replacement for medical care. If you're experiencing any of the following, don't wait. See a doctor right away. Sudden loss of function that doesn't improve. Chest pain or shortness of breath. Severe fatigue that's getting worse, not better. Numbness or weakness that's spreading. These are not vitamin deficiencies. These are warning signs of something more serious. Don't ignore them, and don't try to fix them with supplements alone. Your health is too important for guessing. I want to say something from the heart. I see good men come into my clinic and blame themselves for something that's often fixable. They think they're broken. They think it's just age. They think there's nothing they can do. And I have to stop them and say, you're not broken. Your body may just be missing support. You've spent years taking care of other people. You've worked hard. You've provided. You've shown up. Now it's time to take care of yourself. Not because you're failing, but because you deserve to feel good again. Here's something I've noticed in my years of practice. Some men feel results from these vitamins within days. Others take weeks. A few don't notice much at all. Why do you think that is? Is it absorption, diet, stress levels, something else entirely? I have my theories, but I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think, or share your own experience. Let me answer a few questions I get all the time. Can I take all 5 of these together? Often, yes. But doses matter. Check with your doctor and make sure you're not overdoing any single nutrient, especially if you're already taking a multivitamin. How long before I notice changes? For some men, it's days. For others, it's weeks. It depends on how deficient you were to start with and how well your body absorbs the nutrients. Are food sources enough? Sometimes. But after 60, absorption drops. And most men aren't eating enough of the right foods consistently. That's why I often recommend supplementation as a safety net. Alright, let's bring this together. We've talked about 5 essential vitamins: vitamin D, B12, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin C. Each one plays a role in energy, performance, and vitality. And the good news, these are accessible. They're safe for most men, and they work when used correctly. If this video helped you, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos where I break down real health topics for real men. And if you know a man who needs to hear this, your brother, your father, your friend, share this with him. Sometimes the most important conversations start with a simple video. Leave a comment below. Tell me which vitamin you're going to try first, or share your own story. I read every comment, and your experience might help someone else. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking your health seriously. I'll see you in the next one.